Hello and welcome to yet another exciting lifestyle and travel episode. This week, we celebrate heritage with a beautifully choreographed ballet dance. We feature the world's most Instagram restaurant. And chocolate lovers, we have treats to tickle your sweet tooth. Lastly, we explore art out of the norms at the Census exhibition in Goethe Institute.
The Golden Rhino of Mapungubwe is a fantastic tale, and it's a truly South African tale that celebrates South Africa pre-colonially. It really showcases the incredible talent that existed 1,000 years ago in Africa. In our ballet, there is Van Graan that has a name because he was an existing character. But after that, nobody. We talk about the king, we talk about the healer. We don't put a particular language to it because we decided that we didn't want to favor or unfavor any particular grouping. We believe everybody needs to feel ownership of the story and of this ballet. We have a choir, we have dancing, we have what we call Afro ballet, completely new. And I think that is what we were trying to do, trying to follow the history of Mapungubwe, ensuring that we achieve that by speaking to professors of history, professors of anthropology, professors of music. We went to the Javet Museum, which is the home of the Gold Rhino of Mapungubwe at the moment. So really achieving something very, very beautiful. And so we want to find a way of bringing the Gold Rhino to more South Africans and not to just have it in the museum in Pretoria.
What is the actual story that you want people to take from this?
Well, it's Heritage Month, and I think therefore heritage is so important. But the message is South Africans and Africans have been creative, and my message always with ballet has been the solutions to all Africa's challenges need to actually come from within Africa. And the arts and this ballet to a certain extent gives us that creativity, celebrates that creativity that we need to find the solutions to our challenges in South Africa.
Tell us a bit about the costumes.
So David is an incredible designer. He has made some incredible outfits for some of the most incredible people in South Africa and the world. And so we just asked him and he said yes.
David's such an amazing designer. Like, his costumes are so intricate and detailed, and it's just been so wonderful performing in them.
An African story told differently, something that is not very prevalent in the scene of entertainment.
We are actually telling a story through a music, because our duty is to sing while we are with the beautiful Mzansi ballet here, the dancers. So we just brought these two combinations to tell a story to our audience.
Actually, in many ways, the ballet came from operas. That's where it started in many ways. Yes, at the court of King Louis XIV, the Sun King, there was some ballet. But it really became a world art form by incorporating into opera. And then it separated. And I think this is just a wonderful way to say, let's do it in Africa and let's bring it together. And it just sounds and lifts the whole spirit of the performance. The audience starts ululating with the singers on stage. And it's a wonderful way of taking something that is so theatrical and something so South African and merging it into a beautiful celebration on stage.
It couldn't have been easy putting this collaboration of history and dance routines together.
So we took all of that great history and ideas that actually exist already. We created a princess that basically goes through our ballet to try and save the history of Mapungubwe with the healer in our story.
The princess is an extremely free-spirited young girl, and she kind of just is all over the place. And when her father tragically passes, she's devastated because she is so free-spirited. So she doesn't know what to do. But then the colonizer comes and she teaches him not to dig up the gold because it's wrong, and takes him back 1,000 years ago to her village and her past. And they experience it and they come forward back in time, and she convinces him not to dig up the gold. So in the end, it's a happy ending.
This ballet play the chief, that's the right hand of the king. So my character is more about being happy and try to make everybody like on track, like being with them and try to make them like, okay, let's do what the king wants. And yeah, that's my character, being happy on the stage and jump a lot.
So with that, what I did is I really like crossing different styles of dance. I don't stick to one particular style, which I think is great for the audience now. The world we live in, everybody wants a little bit of everything, So we have our great classics where we have some of our females in point shoes doing the proper technical classical work, which we have a great audience for that. And then we've crossed it into this Afro ballet type new style we've created, contemporary in it. The story in itself just gave me so much before I even began. It's almost like I had too much to pick and choose from. So it was just great to create a ballet like this.
When you look at all things aesthetics, trends, design, and obviously a place or two to nibble at, today we decided to come to the most Instagrammable restaurant in South Africa, in the world even. So we're going to check out what this is all about. And I'm here with someone who knows more about this place. How did it become the most Instagrammable place in the world?
I think it's got a lot to do with all the pink. And, we pride ourselves in the food and obviously the aesthetics, and flowers is one of our main features within the restaurants. This is the 33rd restaurant that Elan has, so super excited to be the first South African, obviously. Each shop has a unique feature. Ours is obviously the chandelier, as well as the bougainvillea, like hot air balloon, if you want to call it that, which we really loving. First one to have a bit of green, so we're pretty proud of that. And it's not as pink as as the rest of them, which we're super chuffed about.
I'm not complaining. As you can see, I am a lover of all things pink. But I believe that when the owner designed this place or came up with this idea, she wanted to have something that is fashionable because she's from a fashion background, and have healthy food within the space as well. How do you see that blend coming out of what's on the menu?
We're seeing it a lot, obviously. In the salads are really great. I think we've done such a good job in localizing the menu. Global has been brilliant with that. It's been really fun. The steaks and everything that we've brought onto the menu, it's a very healthy restaurant as well as decadent. I think our cakes and the whole display speaks for itself as well.
Can I have breakfast even in the evenings here? How does it work?
So how it works is we pretty much do whatever you'd like to eat at whatever time, which is new for me, which is a lot in the kitchen, but it's enjoyable. It keeps it alive when you're making a French toast in the middle of dinner service, and when you're making a T-bone in the middle of breakfast service. So yes, everything all day long, which is really great. We've seen quite a lot of breakfasts go out at dinner time, and even pizzas for breakfast at 8:30, which has been quite interesting.
It's breakfast somewhere in the world, so it's a perfect time for anything you want to grab, right?
For sure, yes.
Since the place has opened, how has the public been receiving it?
Originally, I said that South Africans don't necessarily love to queue, and they proved me wrong. So we've had to move the queue a couple of times, which has been unbelievable. I don't think we expected it to be this busy. It's been unbelievable. South Africa's really come out to enjoy the shop.
Which I guess highlights the power of Instagram, right? Like at this point in time, we're no longer going to places just to grab a nice bite, but you really want the place to also stand out. And this place kind of shows us the power of that, right?
For sure. I think I've never seen so many photos get taken in my life. I don't think that I've taken this many photos of other people. Even when serving food, asked to stop serving food and please take a photo of us, which has been really great. We've done a little powwow with all of our serving staff and even our baristas always to be obviously looking good and everything, because they're always in photos all the time, as well as teach them how to use cameras and take the best shot and go a little bit lower, go a little bit higher, and obviously listen and take a lot of shots all the time, which has been fun.
What would you say have you seen most people ordering just for aesthetic?
Just for aesthetics, I would have to say the French toast, especially the Nutella French toast. Biscoff's doing really well. And also the cakes, but the drinks have been doing phenomenal, and obviously the pouring of everything together and then it all combines and changes color. Obviously that's the vibe, but yeah, the pizzas have been really Instagrammable as well.
Well, as a chef, what do you enjoy making more, especially taking in from what is done from London?
What I enjoy the most as a chef is actually cakes and pastries. So we've pushed the boundaries there a bit, loving the quality, loving the just the methods and the ingredients. And we had obviously we had Global here, we had their pastry chef, but we've learned so much from that. Ingredients wise, we are pulling from the best suppliers in South Africa, and I think in the kitchen, ooh, that's a hard one. I think the pizzas actually, and I think I've made a lot of pizzas in my life, but these are the best looking ones and the best tasting ones that I've had so far.
Well, there you go. There you have it, Trendz. If you're trying to get some nice grab, be, aesthetically pleasing, enjoy your meal while looking good, having the meals also looking great, this is the place to be. It's all the way from London. There's over 33 of them around the world. There's more coming also in South Africa. So yeah, don't say I did not plug you. You know I always got your back.
Trendz, we are now joined by Chocolate Factory Manager Liam to tell us about all things chocolate. Liam, you're surrounded by so much chocolate in your world. Won't you tell us about the kind of chocolates that you have at this factory?
Well, Didi, we have quite an array of chocolates. We've got our little loose assorted chocolates. They range in flavors. We've got over 100 flavors here. We've got like a milk hazelnut truffle. I have a blackberry. But then we even sell chocolate-covered liqueurs. So it's liqueur within a little chocolate casing. And then we also sell gift hampers and gift boxes and quite a variety of products that cater to many people's needs.
Why is the love for chocolate perfect for all seasons and all year round?
I think it's because chocolate is quite versatile, especially with the different flavors that you get in it. So I think it depends. If it's winter, you might want something with a more kind of hearty taste, and in summer, you might have something that's a little bit lighter, just like a solid milk chocolate. I think that's what gives chocolate its versatility throughout the year.
Did you know that chocolate comes from the seeds of the Theobroma cacao tree, which has a long history of cultivation in Mexico, Central America, and Northern South America? Today, Africa leads in cacao tree production. From indulgent chocolate candy bars to gifts for all occasions, the cocoa-made treat encompasses a wide range of chocolate-infused goodies for various functions. Chocolate also makes a fantastic gift at celebratory events.
Events especially, it kind of gives that nice touch. We do things for bachelorette parties, which include little naughty chocolates. We have a whole array of things. It really depends on what the customer's looking for.
Chocolate is sometimes included in the various ways that we eat, especially when it comes to fine cuisine. So how do we use it to tantalize our taste buds?
Well, I think it's all about contrast with flavors. So especially with wine tastings, I think dark chocolate pairs nicely with things like red wines and that kind of thing. So I think it's all about kind of evoking the senses within your mouth to give you that illustrious kind of experience.
Industries have adapted to trendy ways which accommodate choco lovers with special dietary requirements. So if sugar is your vice, but you crave a dark chocolate, almond, truffle, milk chocolate fudge, or orange caramel, your desire too can be served.
So most dark chocolate doesn't contain dairy, so we use that for our dairy-free range. However, we also cater to the diabetics and people like that who cannot eat sugar or just prefer not to eat sugar for health reasons. So we sell a no added sugar range as well, which comes in milk chocolate, white chocolate, and dark chocolate.
Made in different countries, enjoyed by different cultures, candy stores and local suppliers worldwide offer their best chocolate treats for people of all ages. It's truly an irresistible charm and heavenly taste.
As curator Walaza says, images reach out beyond themselves, allowing the viewer to imagine more than is seen. Now, that's exactly what this exhibition is about, allowing you to touch, feel, see, hear, and smell, challenging the traditional design of art. Walaza is showcasing the artwork of different artists in this exhibition.
I found out that there's this metaphysical sense, like when you approach the art, you feel something, so there's this sixth sense, not that sixth sense, but like there's this sixth sense that sometimes it's metaphysical, you feel something outside of the five senses. So I chose all 6 artists because all of them create out of materiality. So I wanted materiality to be one of the premise of the artwork that we create, right? So right behind me we have Nyakalo, right? And Nyakalo creates drawings, and she gets bacon paper, she gets like old tea bags, she uses needles, and those are materials to be able to create conceptual art and to be able to create the 5 senses I'm speaking about, right? And then on my left we have Pepper Fatso, who uses sketchbooks, and with the 5 senses is the touching, and you can be able to smell the book if you want to engage it that way, because it is an interactive exhibition style as well, So we have Pepper Fatso on the left with the books, with these sketchbooks, sort of writing and drawing his ideas, and he creates conceptual art, so it goes back to that premise again, right? And then we have the beautiful blankets and other materiality that Bolom Kombete uses, and she does auto-ethnographic research, and with the ethnographic research she speaks about her family, so when you look at the different maps is where her family comes from, in the different areas of South Africa. So we have Gauteng, we have Limpopo and Western Cape, just to name a few, and then let me think. Oh, and then we have Nkensani Mkari, he's got a beautiful soft sculpture within Kesi, and then you'll see the beautiful aisle that goes round and round, right? And with that is called Forever Deferred, and this is the 9th attempt, so he's done other 8 to it, and the beautiful thing about it is that he created a beautiful interactive piece whereby you can listen to the sounds of like what this Inkisi and this aisle and this temple means, and we have Bonolo Kavula, who uses beautiful materiality. Those different dishwashes, the blue, the red, and when she uses that, she takes that and she does it in an African spiritual context, And then we have Brian Montiwa, who has the beautiful soft sculpture in there, which you can touch. Which you can also smell, which you can feel, and with you touching it as well, there's this metaphysical experience that happens, because obviously when you touch something happens. When you get inside, impact happens as well, and he's creating it about what he's going through in his life right now, where he belongs,
How different is the artwork here from your ordinary artwork? I could call it that.
It's like it's conceptual art, whereby people need to imagine a bit more and sort of create more context out of the work that the viewer is looking at, So it's not simple things whereby when you come in, you see you see something that looks like something that you know. So they're using materials that you know to create something conceptual, something outside the box of, you know. So it's I think it's a liberating way to create art as well, you know. And I think it's a beautiful way to know that this type of art exists, you know. It's not just my 6 artists that are creating. So there's other artists who are creating conceptual art and abstract art, you know. And it needs to be spoken about. We need to understand it a bit more. We need to understand what sculptures and soft sculptures are, and what other creators are creating outside of the normal norms or the trends that are happening at the moment.
Well, it is now time to say goodbye. We'll see you again next week, same time, same place. Continue traveling and making memories.